All right, folks, we have the granddaddy of all here. This is the Permobil F5 VS. VS for vertical standing. So Permobil F5 VS. This chair has 7 electrical functions. I mean, sometimes I forget. It has so many functions, unbelievable. I'm going to run through the function real quick with you. It has the standing feature, of course. It has the 14-inch seat lift. It has the electric tilt, the electric recline, the electric feet that go out, and also these foot plates can go up and down electrically, and also this chair will stand you forward. It has what's called the anterior forward tilt. So 7 electrical function. This chair has 125 miles, or 110, 125 miles, somewhere around there. So it was used for like 6 months or less. It's broken in, so it looks still brand new. This is one of the most expensive power chair on the market because of everything it does. This is really a Cadillac or a Rolex of power chair. I don't want to say Cadillac. So if you want a Cadillac, forgive me, guys. I was going to say Rolex of power chair. This is the granddaddy of all power chairs. So the first thing I want to show you is the standing feature, because that's what everybody wants to see on these power chairs. So if you're going to do the standing feature, the first thing you would do, you want to make sure that you have your knee brace in. And when you put the knee brace in, make sure your feet are under the chair, because if the feet are out, you're not going to be able to get the knee brace around the knees of your patient, okay? So make sure the foot plate is still out a little bit, but let me see if I can bring it in a little bit more. There we go. So make sure your foot plates are in, then you can drop the knee brace. And this knee brace is adjustable right here. So if I turn this knob, it brings the knee brace out. Okay? The second thing you will do when you stand the chair up, you will have to put the chest guard so the person, your loved one, has some protection. So now you have the chest guard, you have the knee brace. Then what you would do, you would go to your joystick or through your switch box. I'm going to do the switch box. The first button on the switch box, it shows you the seat like this, so I'm assuming. I'm going to hold that button down, and the chair will start doing all kinds of weird stuff, but it'll work its way up. As the chair goes up, you'll see these front wheels right here. They're off the ground right now. I'll let you know. They're going to go down in a minute here. So the seat goes up. Very quiet chair. You can see how it's doing there goes the wheel. And the reason you want that wheel to go down is because you'll be standing up forward, so you'll change the weight of the patient, so you want an extra wheel in front. And now we're almost there. So this is good if you need someone who needs be standing for particular reasons. And the nice thing about this chair, there we go. So it won't go any more than that, okay? This is as far as it'll go, okay? That's your standing position, and you're locked into your chair with your chest brace. Some people don't use this. They use a chest guard, a large safety belt around their waist. You can also use that if you don't want to use this, okay? Not around your chest, okay? So now we're standing up, and the nice thing about this chair, when you're standing up, oh, I had it. You can still drive this chair standing. Now, it's not going to drive very fast, okay? And you can see why. But there's your standing position, there's your chair moving. You can see how quiet this chair is. Just, well, this is what, when you buy quality, that's what you get. So the chair, let me turn it all the way around. It might take a second or two to go all the way around so you can see the back. You can see how clean this chair is. Look at that back here. A lot of engineering in this chair. Now that we have the seat all the way up like this, let's talk about the base, because we have a better chance to see the base now. Let's talk about the base. So you can see your whole seat is up in the air. You can see your whole armature for your seat lift and all that. This is a front wheel drive chair, so there's nothing in front of this wheel. Well, usually that's up in the air. That's your front wheel drive, so it's good for outside. It has good traction because the weight of the chair and the patient all goes to the bottom of the wheel. And this chair weighs 450 pounds, so it's a really heavy baby. So this chair, this power chair has suspension. You can see the shock here, and you can see the second shock. So the rear one, it's too heavy for me to lift, but the rear one is for this fork back here. And the front one is for the front suspension. You got 2 on this side, you got 4 of these heavy-duty shocks, and they're adjustable. You can turn this right here and make the shock tighter or looser depending on what kind of suspension you want, okay? You have a motor back here. You can't see it. There's a motor back here that goes to this wheel. There's also a motor on the opposite side that goes to the other wheel. So this wheel here, if we wanted to push this chair, now I would make sure the chair is all the way down and, you know what I mean, not standing up. But since I'm here now, you would turn the power off. And the reason you want the power off is you want no resistance to motors. So this is the lever, it ends at the motor right, and it tells you right there, push the lever down, and what that does, it unlocks the wheel. You can see the wheel is unlocked. You gotta do both motors and you can roll the chair around. Don't forget, when you're done, always put it back in gear, then turn your power on. You don't wanna leave the power on and put these in neutral because it's gonna start beeping, and you wanna make sure the power is always off, and then when you're done, go ahead and turn your power back on, okay? So, let's turn the power back on. Let's bring our seat lift back down. Not seat lift, but standing position back down. So we're going to bring this back down. As we're going down, let's talk about the swing away joystick. This is a swing away joystick. So if you get to a table, you need more room at a table, you can move this joystick to the side like this. That's called a swing away joystick. If you're left-handed, you need everything on the left side, no problem. We can switch everything to the left side. As a matter of fact, we can customize these chairs to your height and your weight. So if you're 5 feet tall, 6'1", we can adjust the length of these feet, we can adjust the knee brace, we can even change the seat side. Bigger cushion, bigger bottom here, bigger base, so it would fit you perfect. So if you need that done, just let us know. So that was the standing feature. So now that we did the standing feature, we will not need these anymore. We'll take this off, and we'll take the chest guard off. And the next thing I want to show is called the seat lift. The seat lift is when the seat right here goes up, straight up, 14 inches. This is the only chair, the F5, where the seat will go up to 14 inches. Most of the other chairs go up 6, 8, 12. This one goes up 14 inches. So when you're raised all the way up to 14 inches with this chair, and it goes up pretty quick, actually. There's your seat lift all the way up. Again, in the seating position, you can still drive this chair at a decent speed. I can't show you how fast, but I'll show you outside. You can see probably about 2 miles an hour or less than 2 miles an hour, but it does move with the seat elevated. So this is your seat lift right there. We're going to bring it back down. And also this chair has gel arms. These are 16-inch gel padded. This is a customized arms. Usually you get a vinyl arm, a nice soft, but these are gel. Okay, you can see me pushing. This is all gel filled, which is nice for your arms. All right, so we've got the seat back down. All right, the next feature we're going to go is called the electric tilt. The electric tilt is when the bottom goes back. So when the bottom goes back, of course, the legs in the back are connected together, so they're all going to go in one motion. So this is called your electric tilt. All right, the next thing I want to show are your legs. So these feet right here are adjustable. You can see there's a track right here. We can adjust the length of these foot plates right here all the way up. So if you're 5 feet tall, 6 foot tall, we can do it. So if you needed some good circulation, there you go, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the seat back down so you can see that you can have circulation halfway tilted. So I'm going to bring the tilt back down halfway so you can see with your legs up what it looks like. So right here you still would be able to get some circulation. I'm going to bring the seat all the way down. Now the next function I'm going to do is called the electric recline. The electric recline is when the back goes back by itself. As you can see, the back is going back as I'm holding the button down. That's called the electric recline. As I told you folks, this chair has a lot of features. So this is almost flat. There we go. That's what it would look like if you were laying in your chair. All right, let's bring the recline back up. Let's bring the feet back down. So we've covered 6 electrical functions right now. There's one function left to go over with you, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And that one function has to be done through the joystick. You can't do it through this body, there's not enough buttons. Now we'll bring it back up. Okay. So if you want those feet to go down and up, we just went up, in and out. But if you want to go up and down, you have to do it through the joystick. So you would push your button on the left side forward until you see a picture of your chair. So I'm going to go forward. Oh, I passed it. Passed it again. All right, there's a picture of my chair. I want to put there's arrows. Whatever the arrows point is what's going to happen. We want the arrows next to the foot plate. So, all right. So the arrows is right next to the foot plate, it's pointing up and down. So now I'm going to use my joystick, and you see they're going down? Okay, so if you're laying flat in your chair and sleeping and the feet are not far enough because they're bending your knees, you can always push them out, and you can always bring them up. There's quite a few inches of separation there. So there's your 7th electrical function, okay? So I'm going to put the chair back in drive. Okay, let's talk about the seat on this chair. The seat on this chair is 18 by 20, okay? It's an air cushion seat. This chair can be customized. So if this seat is not big enough or it's too not deep enough, all that can be changed. This whole seat right here can be adjusted any position, and we just change the cushion to make it fit. This chair also has, as I mentioned, gel arms, which they do flip up. And you also have lateral pads, which are quite a bit far back on this chair. They're far. They shouldn't be this far. Usually, they're right here to keep your knees on the foot plate. If you don't have these here, sometimes people's knees go here and the foot comes off. But if you have them right here, which is where they're supposed to be, this person probably needed it for their hip to keep them in the middle of the seat. But these are supposed to be here, and they can be moved up and down this track to here, okay? Another thing you have with this chair is a retractable safety belt. So you have a safety belt right here that plugs right here, okay? And when you're done, you undo it, and it's a retractable. The nice thing about a retractable safety belt, I'll tell you why it's nice to have on this chair particularly. If you don't use your safety belt on your seat and it dangles down and it gets caught in the spring, it gets caught under here, and you're raising your seat and you're tilting forward, you're going to damage something, okay? So it's nice to have a retractable belt that's never going to be in the way, okay? So let's look at the turning radius on this chair. So you can see the chair turning around. Back here, we've got these reflectors. They're not lights, these are reflectors. We've also got back here, as you can see, there's an attendant control. So this chair here can be driven from back here. So right now the attendant control is not working because the driver up front is driving. But if I switch it here, all of a sudden now this one in front stops, and this one here, I can drive from here. Okay? So this pad can be adjusted up and down. See what I mean? You can drive this way back, left and right. It takes a couple days to get used to this, but this is called an attendant control. It's already on this chair. I'm going to switch it back to the front. I'm going to put it out of the way. It can be put out of the way like this. You've got a fully adjustable headrest also here. Fully adjustable, okay? Any position you want. Also you have back here, when we ship this chair, if we ship it to you, back in here where my finger is, there's a slot that opens up. You go in here and you put your fingers up. There's a button, you're going to hear it. I just turned the power off of the whole chair. So when I ship this chair to you, we're going to put a note right here. It's going to say power right in here. Go in here, click the button back on, and the power will be back on. So I'm going to turn the power back up front because I just turned it off the back. And now we are back in business. When you charge this chair, you'll take your Permobil charger and you'll plug it right below your joystick. And as soon as the light goes to the full on the Permobil charger, the charger will stop charging. There's 2 batteries in here. The manual says you might get about 15 miles on the battery charge. Well, let me just say something about that. If you're using a lot of these features, tilt, recline, seat lift, standing, and you're outside in the grass, you're not going to get 15 miles. You're going to get a long ways. But if you're not using any of these features and you're on flat surface, you'll get your 15 miles. So that distance varies depending on the weight of the user and how you use your chair. Okay? So let's do a recap on this chair if I can remember everything I've just mentioned to you. And usually I can't. All right. So this is the Permobil F5 VS vertical standing chair. This power chair has 7 electrical functions. It has the standing feature, of course, the 14-inch seat lift, the electric tilt, electric recline, electric feet. Oh, it also has the forward positioning, which I forgot to do. So let me show you that positioning. I'm going to raise the seat up a little bit here. And now what we're going to do, we're going to tilt it forward. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds. There we go. So this is one of your 7 functions. You can see the seat is leaning forward, okay? This is called the Anterior Tilt. So I'm going to bring it back down so you can see that it does move. The seat did move up. Okay? I'll bring the seat back down. So it's always good when you do the anterior tilt to raise the seat lift up a few inches and then do the anterior tilt. So again, standing feature, electric tilt, electric recline, electric lag, anterior tilt. It has the up and down for the feet. As I said, many functions on this chair. This chair has 125 miles. It was used for less than 6 months. It's a really expensive chair. It's well broken in. Everything was perfect. Very expensive power chair. It has the gel arms. It has the swing away joystick. It has the lateral knee pads, the air cushion, the retractable safety belt, the attendant control, the adjustable headrest. Comes with a charger, and it's fully adjusted for your height and weight when you call us. And this one is here. It's available right now. All right, 7.3 miles an hour, 7.3. Let me see if I can go faster. All right, so they're not always exact, but I'm looking at it, it says 7.3 miles an hour. This is like riding on a cushion of air. It's just, when you let go, it stops automatically. This is the one that's got everything on this chair. The 7 electrical function on this chair. The funny thing about this chair, when you go forward, it picks up its speed as you go up. You go about 4 or 5 feet, then you can feel it speeding up. It turns on itself like I'm doing right now. I'm going to go in the grass and also show you how easy it is in the grass. So the turning speed is a little slow in this chair. We'll increase the turning speed on this chair so it turns a little fast. I don't like it when it turns this slow, so we'll increase the turning speed a little bit. So this is the Permobil standing power chair. The only thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to raise the seat up. As we're talking, the seat is going up to 14 inches high. There we go. So this chair, if you're going to drive this chair with the seat elevated, please only do it on flat surface. Malls, restaurants, do not do it on a sidewalk where there's cracks. Yeah, I mean, they're nice chairs, but they're not golf carts. So the seat is elevated now. So this would be your walking speed if you had the seat elevated. As I said, if you take care of this chair, it will last you for years. It's well built, but as I said, they're not trucks. They're power chairs, and they're made to be used, and they're very nice. This is the Permobil F5 VS vertical standing with 7 features, 125 miles, broken in real nicely. Everything is perfect with it. All kinds of goodies on this chair, and it's ready to go.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex.
We are a family-owned business for over 25 years.
We have many products available, not just what you see in this video. If you would like to learn more, you can call the number below at 800-677-6293, or you can visit us directly at www.marksmobility.com.